Welcome to Star Wars Oddball. I hope you are all doing very well. Today we will be discussing something that I found while reading the Book of Sith. The specific topic relates to Padme's death at the end of Revenge of the Sith, and I think our old friend, Darth Plagueis the Wise, might know why she died. Let's not waste any time and jump into this text. The death of Padme Amidala was one of shock and mystery. She was physically healthy and showing no signs of illness until after her confrontation with her true love, Anakin Skywalker. So what caused her death? Was it a broken heart? Darth Sidious cutting off Darth Vader's weakness? Or something else? Today I believe I found something of substance to shed some light on Padme's untimely death. Grab a seat and focus your thoughts as we delve into the mysteries of the Force. If you don't know Darth Plagueis, I'm shocked. He was the Sith Lord that instructed Darth Sidious on the ways of the dark side. Of course, he eventually died by his apprentice's hands, or the Force lightning shooting out of his hands. Anyways, Darth Plagueis was obsessed with the midi-chlorians that resided in all living beings. Unlike his master, Darth Tenebrous, who believed too much in science rather than the Force, regardless, Darth Plagueis focused his studies on midi-chlorians, and we will be reading directly from his own writings on these studies. He found that, and I quote, "Typical blood concentration is around 2,500 midi-chlorians per cell. Cutting this concentration in half will usually induce death." Darth Plagueis says, usually, for reasons we'll discuss later. He continues by saying, "I conclude that the Force is required for life, and that midi-chlorians are its biological vector." That last little bit is really important and part of the reason fans were so upset with the introduction of midi-chlorians. Obviously, they're required for all life in Star Wars. They exist within everything. But what's really key here is the Force becomes tangible through them, so that it can flow and be felt by Force users with high enough M counts. Personally, I like that explanation, and I think it's really cool that it's a Sith Lord that discovers so much about midi-chlorians and how they link the physical to the Force. As for how the Force and the midi-chlorians caused Padme's death, let's read this. "They also appear to possess a single unified consciousness linked via the pneuma, and can be influenced by the host's mental state." Now when he says unified consciousness, he is speaking about the relationship between the cellular structure of the body and the midi-chlorians that exist within it. Plagueis also talks about the pneuma, which is basically just the expression of conscious thought. To wrap this up, he ends this paragraph by saying, "In particular, negative emotions such as the loss of hope can induce cellular necrosis." There it is, the key to Padme's death. It was not the influence of Palpatine or some other malicious being, it was the loss of hope. Padme had just suffered blow after blow, from the destruction of the Republic she sought to serve, to the accusations made by Obi-Wan, and finally to the realization that her husband, the father of her soon-to-be children, had truly turned into a monster, twisted by the dark side with delusions of power and control over the galaxy. Her mental state turned into that of hopelessness, which then linked her midi-chlorians, leading them to influence her cells on a molecular level. Those cells then began to die, and Padme was lost only moments after giving birth to her twin children. Darth Plagueis was wise beyond most, if not one of the most intelligent beings in the galaxy. His only weakness was his obsession with midi-chlorians. And while he unlocked many of their secrets, like the ability to override the natural cycle of midi-chlorians, causing them to perpetuate life, Darth Plagueis would die, leaving those secrets to be scavenged by his apprentice. I hope you guys enjoyed today's study into the Force and how it relates to the physical world of Star Wars. Make sure to tell me what you think of Darth Plagueis' studies of midi-chlorians and whether or not you think this is the reason Padme died. Subscribe for more Star Wars content and like this video. Have an incredibly nerdy day, and may the Force be with you.